Okay, we're going to get started with our Night of Champions preview, and we've already been talking about this guy, so why not continue on in the same vein? We have Daniel Bryan challenging for the WWE Championship versus the face of WWE, Randy Orton. What have you thought about the build-up for this match up to this point, and what can you expect from this match at Night of Champions?
Starting out with the main event first. Okay. Well, I think that, provided John Cena doesn't make a miraculous return, but I think that the build-up overall has been I don't want to say hit and miss, because I did like a lot of the stuff that went on. I like the fact that Triple H has kind of been having this reign of terror, putting the entire locker room in fear. But I don't like the fact that Daniel Bryan has been beat up every single night. It's not that, for me, it's not like Heat where, these guys are such jerks. It's like, I saw this already. I don't want to watch it again. I mean, I understand he can't beat the guys up every single night. We'd be at square one with John Cena. But I just felt like they kept repeating the exact same beatdown. Shield comes in, beats Daniel Bryan up. Daniel Bryan gets RKO'd, even on SmackDown. Sometimes I tune into SmackDown on Friday nights to see like the ending and stuff, and it's the exact same thing every single week. So that's what hurt this feud the most for me. I think that on paper it was really cool, but it should have went out a little bit better. And I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of Randy Orton. Over the past couple of weeks, though, he's been coming more into his own character. But earlier, he kind of got hurt by being kind of the pawns of the McMahon faction. If I could compare it to somebody, it'd be like Team Rocket. Yeah, he's like Team Rocket. Him and the WWE Championship. That's Jesse and James, and Triple H is like Giovanni.
This is Pro Wrestling Talk Radio, folks. But as you were talking about Randy Orton being Triple H's puppet, basically, and Edge echoed those same comments, I cannot get rid of this image that is not supposed to be Randy Orton in that spot. I mentioned a few weeks ago on the show how it seemed as if Randy Orton was playing the role of a younger guy in WWE, and I can't shake that feeling. Like, it does not make sense to me. The fact that they're saying that Randy Orton is the future of WWE with a straight face. Like, they actually ran a commercial promo.
They showed Randy Orton.
they ran a commercial promo for a Night of Champions, and the announcer was like, who will be the future of the WWE? The 10-time world champion or this other guy? Like, are you fucking serious?
Do you notice that?
Really?
Like, they used to do when John Cena was before he got hurt and had to leave. You notice they used to always have the USA promos with John Cena doing the salute in his old orange tire. Yeah. And now you notice it's Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice touch, storyline wise. But I do agree he's not really the future. I would have liked to have seen him at this point. I wanted to see a new evolution. Have Randy Orton in Triple H's position. Triple H is the Flair. Have two young bucks come in, and they'll be the future. Build it around that.
That's like folks still calling AJ Styles the future of wrestling. Like, when the fuck is he going to become the present? Like, the dude is, what,
35?
Yeah, he's around mid-30s or something. Like, when the fuck is this dude going to become the present? When are we going to get to actual real time? But I digress on that whole subject. But my thoughts on this feud, I say it's too little too late for Daniel Bryan to finally get that upper hand in the feud. I was watching Monday Night Raw, and I actually sent out a tweet. I was like, okay, the big question that's on everyone's minds, will Daniel Bryan close out Monday Night Raw on his back or on his stomach? And I was thinking, oh yeah, he's going to close it out on his back, because you had that whole little thing to close out Raw, and I'm like, here we go again, same old shit. But he finally jumps up, and he knees Randy Orton in the head. But for it to happen right now, was that enough for WWE to convince people that he has a chance in this match? Because he talked about in the opening segment of Monday Night Raw, they can do whatever the hell they want to me. Randy Orton can RKO me as many times as he wants to. Triple H can have me get my ass kicked as many times as he wants to. But the fact is, every time I get knocked down, I'm still going to get back up. And no matter what they try with me, it's going to come down to me and Randy Orton in the ring, and I'm going to win the WWE Championship. It's amazing for him as a competitor to have that mindset for him to continue on even though he's facing adversity. But for WWE to base their entire storyline off that premise, that's straight up bullshit. Because if that's the case, why do we even have all of these weeks in between a friggin' pay-per-view? Why do we have build-up for matches? Why not have every single face get their ass kicked? And oh my God, they got the win in the end, so it's all okay. None of that mattered because they got the win in the end. Even if Daniel Bryan defeats Randy Orton, is this really how you want him to win a world championship? Is this what you want the lasting image in your mind to be when he actually is the world champion? Like, is that going to be satisfying at all?
I almost feel like they should have just kept the belt on him and maybe Randy Orton just cashed in on a returning John Cena at the Royal Rumble or something. It's just, it didn't come out the way I wanted to. Maybe I just hyped it up too much or something, but I don't know.
It's like everything was going right except for Daniel Bryan's position here. Randy Orton, he's finally in the spotlight. Maybe he doesn't have as much light shining on him as we would want to, but he's finally an important character in WWE once again. We have an amazing heel authority figure in Triple H. It's just that Daniel Bryan, that's where the whole thing falls apart. That's like a sweater and you have a little string sticking out and you pull that thread and the whole damn thing unravels.
You know, this is what I said before. You know, you don't build a feud off of what you did in the past because it always ends up looking weak. Like with the Austin, this reminds me a lot of the Austin feud. They didn't have him get beat up every single week. If anything, I remember him getting the upper hand a lot. There were some weeks where he got beat up, he got tied up in the ropes and they're like, you know, haha, Austin, I've finally beaten you. But Austin, you know, it'd be entertaining. With this, it's just he's always on his ass or on his stomach. It's kind of a little bit late for him to get the upper hand. He's at this point, Daniel Bryan is going to have to win this match. And I know it would have been a short reign for Randy Orton, but you have to capitalize on this. We don't want another Ryback. We don't want another Wade Barrett, you know, where we had a shot with this guy and then we kind of blew it because we took too long. So it's about time that they did something with Daniel Bryan. Just give him the belt. Maybe they'll flip-flop the title until John Cena comes back. And then we're down to business for WrestleMania season. Because WrestleMania season isn't too far away. They still have a good bit of pay-per-views because they have 2 pay-per-views.
15 pay-per-views from now to January.
But in a few months, 10, 11, 12, we have about 2.5 months till WrestleMania season. So hopefully they'll sort things out. And
just so you guys get a little heads up, you have been warned. My yearly rant about WWE pay-per-views in October, more specifically, Hell in a Cell, it's coming, just so you know. So get ready for it. But I don't necessarily know if I want to say that Daniel Bryan needs to win this match. My thing is, I would say his ass needs to lose because I don't want to see him become a world champion with this kind of build-up. Because I believe that his character is damaged right now, but the great thing that I can say about him, he still has that reaction from the crowd. And I called this dude months ago on PWTR. It was probably even last year. The dude is a Teflon Don. No matter what WWE tries to do with him, he's still going to be over with the crowd. So maybe that's his saving grace there, because there are a lot of times where people will see somebody not really have that backing from creative and they'll jump off the bandwagon as a result. But with Daniel Bryan, that's definitely not happening here. But I don't know if I want to see him become WWE champion quite yet. But I'm thinking about all of the ways that WWE can save his character, and that may be the only way, because how does the situation change if Daniel Bryan doesn't win the WWE Championship? Because basically, wouldn't he have proved Triple H right all along?
The main thing I'm concerned about is if they wait too long to pull the trigger. Because if he doesn't win here, and he doesn't win at Hell in a Cell, I mean, obviously they'll do some kind of number one contenders match, and Daniel Bryan will win that one. He doesn't win that, then what is he going to do between now and like WrestleMania season? And I know for sure John Cena is going to be in the WWE title picture for WrestleMania season, because this is WrestleMania 30. This is probably going to be like the swan song for all the old guys getting the belts and stuff. This is going to be a big event. I'm worried about where he fits into that picture. They have to take this opportunity with him because we could have potentially a really big star. They already have a big star. Daniel Bryan's promo was a bit shaky in the opening promo last night, but he got a huge pop. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, I have not seen anyone this over in years. I don't even know if John Cena was that popular in his peak. The crowd really loves this guy, and I would hate to see them give up on him.